Hi, this is Melanie for the Pardesi channel. I'm here to do a review of Seethakathi, starring Vijay Sethupathi. This has been an eagerly awaited film. It's Vijay's 25th film. The director is Balaji Tharaneetharan, who directed the 2012 film with Vijay, Naduvala Kanjam Pakata Kanam. This is the second film by this director, and I think he wanted to show his gratitude for what a hit the first one was, which I haven't seen yet, and I definitely want to see, because I just admire Vijay Sethupathi as such a fine actor. I've been impressed in every film that I've seen him in. The recent Mani Ratnam film was not my favorite Mani Ratnam film, but I can't fault Vijay's performance. He was one of the best things about that film. 96 this year, amazing. One of my favorite films of the entire year. I mean, we have Vikram Vedha, which my jaw was on the floor with his acting prowess. My first film that I saw him in, though, was the Tamil film Pizza, which is still really the only Indian horror film that has truly scared the living daylights out of me. That film was so good, and he was so good in it. This film, right from the trailer, we saw that this was something completely different, because we were seeing him as an old man. And it wasn't just the makeup, it was every single movement that he made, the way he creaked into sitting down on a bed, just every motion was just this tired old man. And then the trailer was like everyone was asking for Aya and Aya to act in their films. And it was really hard to tell, what the heck is this film about? When I did a Google search on what does Seethakathi mean, there was someone from the 1600s who was a known philanthropist, and evidently there's a phrase in Tamil that means something like he was generous even after his death. I'm not going to give any spoiler about this film. All the reviews that I read have been very careful to keep the secret. They give you a clue, and I will give you the same clue. Vijay is really only in the first 40 minutes of the film, which are also very much filming stage play performances, because his character is a famous theater actor. And I enjoyed all of that. He was exceptional, and it was all different kinds, going back from the 1950s, where he's playing mythological kind of roles, to there's one, I guess, that's supposed to be in the 80s, where he's playing in a courtroom drama. So all different kinds of plays. The audience goes down and down and down and dwindles to almost nothing as he becoming more and more elderly, but still an exceptional actor. His presence is felt through the rest of the film, and that the people behind me got very, very restless in this part, and we're kind of talking over it. Be patient, because the film takes a turn after those first 40 minutes, and then you're on this ride of a dark comedy. It had so many surprises, interesting fantasy kind of elements. I don't want to give much more than that. It just went surprising places, and I don't want to ruin the surprise, because I had no idea. The people I was sitting with had no idea of what was to come to this film. I think what one person said to me afterwards is very appropriate. He said, that was an experience. That wasn't just a film. It's very much an arty film, but it has commercial elements too, in humor. And there were things that made me laugh so hard. But it's maybe not a film for absolutely everyone. If you're expecting something like Vikram Vedha, if you're expecting car chases and gunfights, and that's not this film. This film is about art. It's about what it means to be an artist. It has all these layers of meaning in it, and I really loved that. It was also about the relationship of the public with their stars, and the fervor that they bring to their fandom. and especially about the soul and just the ephemeral nature of a theater performance. And that's what Vijay's character wants, is that connection to the audience and the uniqueness of playing before a live audience. It's a performance that is of that moment and then it's gone. And as I was coming home in my office, I have this poster from a play that I saw. So you'll recognize immediately that's Hugh Jackman. He did this play on Broadway for which he won the Tony, and he played a real life character, and it was a musical. My husband and I flew to New York. I was sitting in the third row and I got to see this performance. This was never filmed. He performed one number for the Tonys, but it was an experience to see him live, to see him do. I mean, this is not Wolverine, okay? I mean, you saw a little bit, you saw his love of doing musical theater in The Greatest Showman. That experience of seeing him do that play was just for those months that he did it. And that's it. The people that experience that have those memories of experiencing that unique thing, and then it's gone. But the uniqueness of film is that it can carry on. And I had a special person that I was seeing the movie with. The daughter of the famous actress Rajasalochana lives in my town, and we saw the movie together. And she was telling me that she remembers watching her mother in play. She watched what theater was like in Chennai with full audiences and how it has died down and is almost dead. She told me there were certain directors who have cameos in this film that her mother worked with. They had wonderful cameos. I didn't catch all of them, but my favorite was that Bardwaj Rangan is on a talk show talking to two directors. I'm not going to say what they were talking about, but it was just delightful that he was playing himself. I love that he is big enough that he had a little cameo in this movie. And it's a perfect movie for him to have a cameo, believe me. My only real quibble with the film is it is long, and while I enjoyed every second of seeing Vijay do the stage plays, and it does resonate through the rest of the film, there's some other parts in the second half that become repetitive, and that there's a very funny scene in the end of the first half, and then it's sort of repeated, and this same concept is repeated in the second half, and it goes on quite a bit long. Just a little bit of trimming. I really enjoyed it, but I'm wondering if the pacing could have been a little bit better in certain scenes. But overall, I really did like it. And I wouldn't have taken away anything from the first 40 minutes, although I've seen other reviewers say that went on too long and it was too indulgent of how much time they spent establishing what a great stage actor this Aya character is that Vijay Sethupathi plays. There's a young actor named Raj Kumar who plays a character named Saravanan, and he was exceptional. At one point, he cannot do a scene and is very funny, and another scene, he's just so dead on. So good. There's another sort of lead character in the second half of the film, and I can't find his name listed, but he was also very good. But no one can compare to Vijay Sethupathi and how exceptional he is in the first 40 minutes. Oh, it's just amazing. It's unlike any other film this year. It's just really something different. It does have a lot of entertaining comedy. I didn't really recognize a lot of the actors in it, and I think I was trying to look up their names. They're not all listed in IMDb or Wikipedia. Muli, who I think I have seen as a character actor in something, plays like the longtime director collaborator with Vijay's character, and he has a major role throughout the film. I absolutely love this film. But again, it's not necessarily, if you're going in expecting masala, that's not what this is. I loved the layers to it. I loved the jokes in it. I loved the digs about the film industry. all of it was just delightful, and I had a really good time at the movies. If you've had a chance to see this film, I tried to keep this as absolutely spoiler-free as I could, so also don't give it away in the comments, because I think everyone who sees this film should just experience it and have that moment of delight when the surprise happens, and so don't spoil it for anybody, but do let me know if you also enjoyed the film as much as I did. I cannot wait to see what Vijay is going to do next with his career. He's only going from strength to strength. He's becoming one of my favorite actors, and I just look so much forward to seeing some of his older films, like his first film with this same director, with Balaji, that I have not had a chance to see yet. Please do like and share this video. Follow me on Twitter at PardesiYT. Please do subscribe. And if you hit the bell, then you'll get a notification whenever I have a new trailer reaction or film review. This review will be on my podcast, the Pardesi Podcast.